Do you really need a smartwatch? Well, let's find out. Apple has been rumored to launch a brand new product category, the Apple Ring. Yes, we have been hearing rumors about Apple developing a new type of Apple product, the Apple Ring. These would compete with the Aura Ring and the existing smart rings. These rings, they are about the same thing as the Whoop Band, the Amazon Band, and they track you. They give you your calories burned, your sleep tracking, they give you your oxygen levels, your heartbeat, everything. They are an Apple Watch without a screen on a much more compact design. So, do you really need a smartwatch? Whenever Apple launches this rumored Apple Ring, will we ever need another smartwatch in general? Because if you don't know, smartwatches, they are very useful. They give you tons of features. They are like a mini computer on your wrist. But they are very limited by their battery life, and they are pretty bulky and not always as beautiful as, obviously, normal watches. This is a Tissot PRX, and I love it. It's super beautiful, insane, and it's an automatic watch, super complicated. It has a mechanical movement inside. So it's so different than this piece of technology right here. This is a mini computer on your wrist, and this is a piece of jewelry. So you need to ask yourself, whenever we get this Apple Ring, will we ever need again another Apple Watch? Or will the Apple Watch evolve into something different? Well, drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel, let's talk about it. Steve Jobs always said that Apple strives to create the new product category that will cannibalize its best-selling one. And they did it with the iPod, creating the iPhone. They did it with the Mac over and over again by launching the Intel Macs, by launching the Apple Silicon Macs, and of course by trying to create the iPad and now the Apple Vision Pro, which I do believe in the future, not now, but in the future, will eat into Apple's Mac sales because it's a computer overall. It's a spatial computer, it's a new way of computing, but it's a computer still. And the Apple Watch is the same thing. In the beginning, people thought that the Apple Watch would be cannibalizing the iPhone because it would be doing everything that your iPhone can. It can make calls, can send texts, it cannot take pictures, but it can track your health, which is something that the iPhone cannot do. And it has a screen, it has a battery, it's always on your wrist, it's lighter, smaller, and so it's naturally the future, right? Well, we were wrong. The Apple Watch evolved into something different. The Apple Watch evolved into an Apple iPhone accessory, not an iPhone replacement. And for most, well, it's okay. They love their iPhone, and their Apple Watch is a nice complement. Again, this, don't forget, is the best-selling watch in the world. Not smartwatch, watch, which is just insane, but justifiable. Because if you think about it, in higher-end markets where they have more money, most people have iPhones. And what's the best thing to buy for your iPhone to create a better experience? Again, talking about the Apple ecosystem that I've made a video yesterday or 2 days ago, it's the Apple Watch. This is the best companion for your iPhone. Of course, then there's the Mac and the iPad and the AirPods, but the Apple Watch is essential for most people. And once you get your first Apple Watch, you are never going back. It's so addicting, gives you all your notifications. It actually frees up from your iPhone. So if you think that your Apple Watch will make you a prisoner of your iPhone, always having notifications, calls, everything on your wrist, that's actually different because the Apple Watch frees you up. You can see when notifications are important or not. You are not always reaching for your iPhone when you want to check a call. Your Apple Watch is a notification manager. Your Apple Watch gives you a peace of mind that when you are wearing it, no one is calling, no one is messaging, and if it does, you can answer on your Apple Watch. No need to be as stuck to your iPhone. And so, it's a bit of a freeing experience. When I was using the Samsung S24 Ultra, I noticed that I actually missed the Apple Watch for several reasons. Health tracking, of course, sleep tracking, of course, but mainly the notification managing. This is the best notification machine on the planet. But after a while I decided, well, let's start to get into normal watches, regular watches. I started watching videos on YouTube. I started watching a new niche on YouTube, super interesting, and I discovered a passion that I have. I love mechanical watches. I love automatic watches. They are an amazing way to retain value. They are an amazing way to look fashionable, and they are such a piece of technology, such intricate pieces, especially the automatic watches like this one. This is not expensive. I think it's about $700, but it's beautiful, it's simple, minimalistic, and obviously automatic, so it has mechanical movement on it. And I fell in love with it. Let me tell you, now I enjoy wearing a normal watch. And that's something that the Apple Watch, this computer, this display on your wrist cannot give you. And I end up thinking, do I really need an Apple Watch? Some days I use it, some days I don't. But this question always appears in my head every single day. Do I need to put my watch to the charger, or I simply put the watch on my wrist and with a movement, this watch movement charges up and gives you battery for about 80 hours. This charges up via the movement, gives you the hours, gives you the date, and that's it. But that simplistic, that minimalistic approach to a watch is what is actually very appealing in a regular mechanical watch. While the smartwatch is a different piece of technology. The smartwatch is more of a mini computer, a health tracker on your wrist. And I question now, with these rumors of Apple creating an Apple Ring, which will be a competitor to Oura Ring. If you don't know what the Oura Ring is, again, it's this ring where you put on your finger and it will track off all your health statistics. This will give you your blood oxygen levels, just like your Apple Watch, your heart rate, everything that your Apple does in terms of health tracking, this ring does. And this is nice because if you think about it, again, this is a more simplistic way, this is more of an even way to wear a health tracker on your body. Again, the Whoop strap. Every single Amazon strap you can find, these straps are like bands, but they still have a noticeable size, they still protrude on clothes, and they are not fashionable. While a normal watch like this, you can wear it with a suit, you can wear it with everything, it looks really, really nice. The Apple Watch is more of a sporty wear, so you need to be wearing more sporty clothes or more casual clothes, not more fancy clothes. I don't think that the Apple Watch looks good on fancy clothes, and that's the issue. When I want to go onto a wedding, I want to go out with my friends into nightclubs, I want something more fashionable, more fancy, and a mechanical watch gives you that, while a smartwatch doesn't. And now you went to the camp of the advantages of having a smartwatch and the disadvantages of having a smartwatch. That's not something that I want to discuss in today's video. Today's video is more about the future of Apple. Because think about it, if Apple decides to create an Apple Ring, what does the Apple Watch offer that the Ring doesn't? A screen? That's it. Why would you want a screen for health statistics? Maybe for notification managing. That's it. Nothing more. And that's something that I think the Apple Watch will evolve into something different. Maybe Apple will launch the Apple Ring so they can push the Apple Watch even further into its evolution. Again, it might evolve the Apple Watch or it might kill the Apple Watch. That's something that we don't know. For example, when the iPad was launched, everyone was thinking that the iPad would replace the Mac. And for one instance, I kind of agree, because the iPad is something that the Mac is not. It's a more portable, almost as powerful, more efficient, it's a better design, a more futuristic design, it's touchscreen, 120 Hz, Apple Pencil compatibility, and so much more. It's a big screen, it's a huge screen that you can interact with your point of your finger. And in 2017, 2018, everyone thought that would be the way for the Mac in the future. It would be dead. But it didn't. The iPad pushed the Mac to be better. The iPad pushed the Mac to new boundaries. And now the Mac, in my opinion, is one of the best Apple products has ever been. The Mac is super efficient, super powerful, one of the best pro machines out there. And the iPad, well, the iPad is still the iPad. It found its niche. And with the Apple Pencil, with 3D rendering, with a bit more video editing, it might get to the levels of the Mac, but it will never replace the Mac. At least, I think. I hope you are not watching this video in 10 years from now and telling me that I'm wrong. I just hope. But I do believe they will merge in the future and they will create something different. While the Apple Watch, well, the Apple Watch is an iPhone accessory. And can it evolve from that? Can it create something different from this form factor? I'm still not sure. I'm not sure if the Apple Watch will die with the creation of the Apple Ring or will evolve. I would bet that it will evolve, because Apple is now charging $1,000 for the Apple Watch Ultra, $800, whatever, and $300, $500 for the Apple Watch Series 9. And something tells me that when Apple replaces a product, they like to replace it with something more expensive. The iPod was replaced for the iPhone, and the iPhone was more expensive in the end. The Mac is now being replaced by the Apple Vision Pro, slowly, but it will, and the Apple Vision Pro is so much more expensive than a Mac. Trust me. Apple, when they cannibalize an older product category for a new one, they like to make it more expensive. So the profit margins actually increase and it creates a better but more premium product. That's normal, it happens. Check history and you will actually understand that I'm correct. But here's the thing. What can Apple charge for an Apple Ring? $300? $400? $500? That's pushing it. No one will pay $1,000 for an Apple Ring. It might be made of titanium, it might be much more reliable and completely certified for every type of organization, health organization, for every type of tracking available on the Ring, but still, $500 for a piece of titanium that you put on your finger, and that's it? Well, that's a possibility, but still, it's cheaper than the Apple Watch, less complex, and does not do as many things as the Apple Watch. Those 90% of the things that the Apple Watch does, but in a more simplistic way. So, what can the Apple Ring be for the future? Well, this Apple Ring could be a device that Apple is creating to try to push the Apple Watch to new boundaries. Again, think about it. We have been hearing rumors that the Apple Watch 10 will be a huge upgrade and a huge redesign. It will change the Apple Watch forever, for the future. And if you think about it, that kind of lines up with the rumors about Apple creating the Apple Ring. So maybe, just maybe, it will be the second proposition. Instead of killing the Apple Watch, it will make it evolve. And that's something that I'm super excited to see what Apple brings next to the Apple Watch. What type of new feature, new task, new problem-solving feature that the Apple Watch creates, new value added that it gets to justify the price. Again, if Apple launches the Apple Ring, then I do believe that the Apple Watch will die. Because, again, most people will think, well, $500, $400, and it's sleeker. I can still continue to wear my normal watches that I love, like these Tissot PRX, and I can have all of my health tracking right on my finger, which is actually more effective than having it on your wrist. Because again, if you put your Apple Watch on your wrist, the wrist area is not as effective at reading everything, the heartbeat, the oxygen levels, than your finger. Your finger is smaller, so it's easier to protrude the skin and the meat to get to wherever Apple needs to sense. So that's why everyone measures your heart rate and your oxygen levels with those finger sensors. So if you have a ring, they are more effective at measuring everything. They are easy to wear, to sleep track. They are simple. As you know, most adults wear rings now, and they are simple to use. They're very, very small. They don't take that much space. They don't require much maintenance. Like the Apple Ring battery could last 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month if they create it really, really well. But that's more for the future. Again, 1 week will be a normal battery life. And this Apple Watch can barely last 2 days. 2 days maximum. So you would be able to charge it less frequently, doing 90% of the things. And the advantage of the Apple Watch is just notification measuring and the screen. So will it die? Will it not die? Will it evolve? And do you need an Apple Watch? Well, my answer for that is quite simple. Right now, buy it if you want to. But it's not 100% necessary. Yes, it will improve the Apple ecosystem, especially the iPhone experience, very, very much. Again, this adds up to a different level, the Apple ecosystem. And trust me, once you buy your Apple Watch, you're completely locked in. You will never leave the Apple ecosystem because the Apple Watch requires the iPhone to work. This is not an independent product from the iPhone, it's an accessory. Again, if you don't have an iPhone, do not buy an Apple Watch. This does not work with every other Android phone. So, yeah, at the end of the day, this is a great product. I love it. I reviewed it several times on my channel, but do you really need it? That's the question. Well, let me know your answer in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. And of course, let me know, do you have any type of mechanical watches? Which ones are your favorite? And let me know, which one should I check out next? Thank you guys for watching. This has been Tech Smart talking to you here. Bye-bye.